Thank the gentlelady. The gentlelady from Minnesota, Ms. McCollum, is recognized for remarks on the bill.
And to Chair Erdaholt and Ranking Member Delora, there's a lot I could say about why I'm opposing the bill before us today. These investments in this bill touch nearly every aspect of daily life. I'm talking about the families in Ramsey and Washington County who are looking for safe, affordable preschool close to home, the senior citizen that I spoke to this weekend who needs help with their Social Security, the cancer patient who finally feels hopeful after enrolling in a cutting-edge medical trial, the recently laid off employee who needs job training in a new field, the teen with depression who needs support. Each of these are members of our community, and each of them are impacted by the funding in this bill. But instead of investing in our future, this bill makes some very devastating cuts to some of the best tools we have at our disposal to improve the lives of the American people. The size and the scope of this bill, it's vast, but I'm going to just give you a few examples. The first one has to do with something that's near and dear to my heart, public education. As a nation, we invest in our children's education because it's the foundation for their future, our economic, and our democracy's future. One of the fundamental reasons for America's success has been a commitment to educating every single child in our nation. These commitments start at the local and the state level, and they've been strengthened by the federal government through the Department of Education. Now, President Trump has done his best to dismantle the federal support for our public education system during his time in office. He's issued an executive order in May to shutter the entire Department of Education. He and his staff have repeatedly delayed and withheld formula funding grants from our schools. For example, Ready to Learn, which we voted on in 2025. $31 million canceled, frozen, just disappeared, you could call it. And what does that funding do? It helps children through educational programming learn and be prepared to be better students in the future. And if a student needs extra help in the classroom, will they have it? Well, let's see. Another example would be the cuts to the school's mental health programs. 30,000 mental health professionals won't be available to help students in our classrooms. Well, if you've ever had a suicide in your classroom, and I had a student who committed suicide one evening and an empty desk in your room, or maybe the families in Minnesota, especially the families of Annunciation Parish, they need a little extra support. They need some mental health counseling. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill created a giant loophole, however, for private school vouchers. And what does that mean? It means less money for our public schools. And DOJ's layoffs. They've already pushed out most of the staff who protect the civil rights of students with disabilities. College students are already finding it harder to get help. And the One Big Beautiful Bill made really ugly changes to student loans. So the Department of Education, cut by 15%, is going to be felt in every single level of our child's education. These grants that have been cut, funds that have been frozen, that we just appropriated, all gone, have had an impact in our school districts right now. And I'm sure you're hearing from your educators. I'm going to give one example close to home. Minnesota's in the middle of a 3-year grant right now, and this bill would help pull the funding that has helped us cut the funding that has helped us tackle the child care crisis that our state is facing so more people can get back to work. But the most devastating cut I will close with will be felt in the K-12 schools, where students from our communities get that little bit of extra support in the federal government in forms of Title I funds. This bill cuts the equivalent of over 730 teachers in Minnesota schools. And how are states supposed to cover the difference? Well, they can't. If we want to support our economic future, if we want to have everyone have a chance at the American dream, if we want to protect our democracy, we must protect public education, and this bill fails to do so. I yield back.
Thank you, gentlelady.